Howdy, hey, people!
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, friends.
Ethan's here. That means he survived.
I survived. Yes, I avoided the worst of it. Oh, lost internet for a couple of days, but other than that, I was okay.
Very nice.
We're glad you're alive.
We love to
Thank
hear
you.
it.
Thank you. Yes, thinking of our friends in Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. I have a guy that works for me who's in South Carolina, and he called me yesterday, and he's like, "Hey, my Wi-Fi or my hotspot's about to die. I'm good, but I can't work." And I'm like, "Dude, do not worry about it.
Yeah.
Stay
Please
safe."
don't worry about it. Oh goodness. That's just it makes me sad, and the fact that some people have turned this into a political thing makes me even sadder.
Yeah,
Election year.
yeah.
Yep.
All I will say is that the comparisons to the hurricane really seem to be focused on one country in particular. And I don't know why random social media users would hate that one country in particular. Surely they would not be bots controlled by that enemy of the company or the country. But I'm not going to get political. I'm going to step off of my soapbox.
Surely
It's
not.
election year. Pay attention to bots. They're everywhere. Like half the people you interact with on the internet are bots. That's my words of wisdom for our dear listeners.
That for some reason the first thing that came to my brain when you were talking about that is the argument that birds aren't real, they're just cameras that the government has planted to watch us. Like that's the thought process that my brain went through while you were talking. And I don't know why. Love my ADHD brain. There is a cat under the table trying to grab my fingers. Like I had just left, like I'm on like a coffee table and I just put my fingers under the table and she's like, ugh. I'm like, can we not? Please. Like that hurts. Please don't do that. But all right. What happened to Ole Miss?
They got stooped. He does.
That's a good way to put it.
I mean, he does it every year. I mean, Florida, we got caught up in it in 2018 and haven't been able to get out of the Stoops tornado. I mean, at least once a year, Kentucky just plays some team that should absolutely dominate them, and they just ugly the hell out of the game and make it an absolutely unfun football game to watch. And then the fourth quarter comes around and it's like, oh, hey, what's Kentucky doing down 3 points to whoever? And it's like, oh, yeah, they just played Kentucky football.
I have a friend who's an Ole Miss fan, and he texted me because Caden Davis is their kicker, and he transferred from A&M, and he texted me and goes, "You can have him back." I said, "No, I'm good, actually.
Yeah, that was tough.
Like I'm super okay." Like you decided you wanted that. There you go.
I was shocked at how low scoring things were going in the first half.
Me too.
I
I
thought that
kind
was
of
going to be
tuned
a
in, like
shootout.
I was following, and I was like, "No, this isn't really happening. Like this isn't okay. Sure."
Yeah, Ole Miss just kind of killed over.
I mean, we kind of knew that they weren't as good as we thought they were, I feel like. But I didn't think
Did
that.
we? I don't know. I thought
I
Ole
always
Miss
think
had.
they're a lot worse than like they're
I never
portrayed.
believed
But this season, I was actually like, all right, they might be really something, the real deal. But
Kentucky said, "Now, bro."
yeah,
Uh-oh. We lost it, Ethan. Oh
not good. He had something to say too.
no. He'll be back. Oh, that's great. Yep.
I hit the refresh button as with my mouse, and I'm like, I
Got
have
too
to
excited.
stuff, and so that's my bad. But I feel like I don't know. I mean, I feel like people are forgetting that Kentucky was literally 1 week removed from playing Georgia to a 1 point game. Like,
True.
Is Ole Miss a national title contender? After losing to Kentucky, it's hard to know. But if we're using Kentucky as the barometer, they did just play one of the top 5 teams in the country down to the wire. So, and then they beat a top 10 team. So maybe Kentucky's better than I don't know. I'm not falling for the Kentucky hype. I know Mitch tries to drum it up every season. Um, until they win like 10 games or more, I'm just going to assume that they're going to drop a, another game like they did to South Carolina.
I was about to say, so does that mean South Carolina's the real deal?
Yeah, I mean, it's like every week, you can do the transitive property to see like who's better, but it just doesn't work that way because I mean, Kentucky had no business being in either one of those games and came out really ahead.
You mean to tell me the transitive property isn't real?
Only for sports. I've heard it holds true in math, but it's been a long time.
I don't math. I teach kindergarten. I do 2 + 2 = 4. That's it. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, there you go. I don't math either.
I choose not to.
So how are you two gonna just jump right into Ole Miss?
Because
didn't your
we're
teams
going
just
in
play?
order.
Like,
We're going in order, okay?
oh, I'm too excited. I want to hear you two like go at it. Like I had to go at it with Shelby, so now it's my turn to like sit back and enjoy the fireworks.
Yeah.
Kentucky would be such an unforeseen team coming. All right. Okay. Let's talk about it. Sid, what happened? Because I had friends on Twitter that were telling me that they were absolutely going to beat us without question.
I thought you told me that Texas A&M's defensive line was not good.
Well, they decided, they heard me.
I guess so, because right before the game, I was like, "Oh, I heard that Texas A&M's defensive line is not that great." They played lights out.
I'm really proud of them. Not gonna lie.
Our right tackle couldn't do anything. Our whole offensive line couldn't do anything. Our quarterback refuses to look to the left and read the entire field. Every ball he throws is to the right. He gets nailed from the left every single time.
And yes, A&M is tuned into my takes.
Yeah, they're listening.
Le'Veon Moss just be balling,
But yeah, it was the same game it is every year. Quarterback fumbles,
At least he wasn't lunging for the goal line this time.
Thank God. He was just backed up against his own goal line.
Makes it a little bit worse.
Mm-hmm.
And no oink doink this year.
Yeah, that's true.
At least you didn't, lose it based on things that are really, really sad. Like missed field goals.
Yeah, that's true. But same game every year.
I am convinced that it's because it's an AT&T Stadium and Jerry Jones can't have nice things.
Yeah.
That's what I've decided.
I'm glad we'll be on campuses starting next year.
But I don't think it's going to be an every year game.
I don't think it is either.
Which is going to suck because I enjoy this game. I also enjoy playing South Carolina every year. This one-sided rivalry is really fun.
I do feel like the SEC sort of buttered everybody up by starting the scheduling this way of everybody. We're basically playing the opposite schedule next year to where, for like Florida, we still have Tennessee and LSU and, Georgia, which no, never mind. Ignore me. Aren't there 3 locked in opponents and then it rotates, or does it rotate?
There's 2 locked in opponents right now because some coaches don't want more conference games. So they can only do 2 locked in opponents instead of 3 right now. I don't know.
It's confusing.
We should always play more conference games. Less Prairie View A&Ms.
Yeah.
I love Prairie View, so maybe not less Prairie Views. But less App States and Bowling Greens.
Less app states for sure for you guys.
That's tough.
Yes. Do we play? Wait, hold on. Now I don't remember. Do we play LSU? Yes, right?
I was going to say I'm on LSU's website. Let me look real quick.
I don't remember.
Yes, October 26th at College Station.
That's right. It's my birthday weekend. Happy birthday, me.
Nice.
I'm sharing my birthday dinner with my cousin whose birthday is the day after mine. She's turning 8. And she is so excited about us having a shared birthday dinner. And I feel so special about it.
Very
she was
nice.
like, because her mom was like, do you want to share your birthday dinner? And she goes, with who? And she's like, Shelbie. And she's like, oh, yeah. And I was like, yep, I'm cool like that. It's fine. At least we've gotten over the, hey, Sailor, did you know that we have the same, our birthdays are one day apart? And she'll go, but my birthday. Like, why do I care about you? Look.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, we moved up. We've moved up. But yeah, I mean, I feel good about our defense. I don't feel good about Marcel Reed. Like, I mean, he's not horrible. He's not. But he's young, and you can see it.
Both defenses played a lights out second quarter and most of the third, if I remember.
And the third quarter, yeah. The third quarter was 0-0.
Yep.
And honestly, Nick tried to kill y'all, so that's fine. She's like, yeah.
I saw.
And the Shamars.
Yeah. Every time they would come up, I'd be like, oh my God, Shamar.
Here he comes.
I know him.
I've heard of him.
Yep.
Ethan knows him too.
I mean, he didn't really do much against us, but Marcel Reed did.
Well, that's not new, right?
I told you, we make every backup quarterback look like prime Joe Burrow.
I don't know how. Like I said, I saw a post that someone said that Connor may be actually letting it go and going to the NFL, and I'm like, for who? Who's going to draft you, my friend? What have you done?
I don't know anything about that guy.
Exactly. Okay, so you knows that I's the Aggie. Sid is LSU and Arkansas because she can't.
Whoa.
Kidding.
I will defend LSU sometimes.
She will root for LSU as well.
And that's it.
And she will also root for LSU, yes.
I am a Razorback.
And I am a Florida Gator. Do not let the profile picture fool you. I lost a bet with Shelbie, and I'm a man of honor and my word. So
he lost a bet that he made by himself, and I didn't instigate at all. Let's remember that.
I was confident. I tried to speak, goodwill into the universe, and sometimes it backfires.
Your confidence never works.
No, that's not true. You miss every shot you don't take. That's the key. Okay. Even if you think about baseball, you're a Hall of Famer if you get a hit 3 out of 10 times, right?
Okay.
There
but
you
this
go.
isn't baseball. This is hot takes.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you.
I'm hitting about 300.
Hey, it's a good day because the Astros lost. So, speaking of baseball.
I don't care.
Also, poor boyfriend.
The Astros.
The Orioles lost as well, so boyfriend wasn't too happy. I was like,
I'll roll with the Orioles.
I said, can't relate. My team's not in it. Can't relate. It's hockey season and basketball season and football season now. We ain't got time for. We're done. Y'all can go.
For me. I'm in the off season. I went back to the off season.
You're like, I'm done.
One loss and it's like, okay, we're back to the off season now. We're starting over.
We're done here.
You're like, no, I'm okay. Thanks. Let's see. Oklahoma came back for Auburn. I feel so bad. They didn't do nothing to nobody. Well, except hire Hugh Freeze. But,
Yeah.
and
I thought A&M and I thought the A&M and Arkansas game was going to be like the game of the week.
yeah,
I mean, obviously Bama and Georgia sort of flipped that on its head, but the way that game started was, I don't know, I was enjoying the hell out of that game, and then it just got really boring really quick.
Yeah, I was about to say it was a good game from the jump, and then defenses kind of took over.
Noah Thomas's little peace out to the defender as he ran into the end zone was
Yeah,
moment
I was like, my favorite was the Monies, the quarterback for Monies. As a huge Johnny Manziel fan, I very much enjoyed that.
Johnny Football.
I love me some Johnny Football.
He's fun. He really is. And now that he's, chilled out, we're good. We're good. Let's see. I did, however, see one of y'all's receivers, like his name starts with an A.
Andrew Armstrong?
Yes. One of the A&M fans posted a picture of him like laying on the ground and he looks hurt. And they're like, they made some kind of comment. And I was like, can we not make fun of people that could be hurt?
Yeah, he was hurt the entire game, but he's the only one that could make a play.
And was like, y'all gotta not be assholes for like 2 seconds, please. Like, you can't sit here and be like, don't make fun of my players when they get hurt and then make fun of somebody else's players when they get hurt.
Right.
Like, that's not how that works. I'm sorry. It's just not. But yeah, so we got Oklahoma came back against Auburn because Peyton Thorne's booty butt. Okay.
Yeah.
Transitive property time. Are you ready? Toledo beat Mississippi State by more than Texas did. Therefore, Toledo is better than Texas.
Absolutely.
Transitive property.
I'm with it. That was a very surprising.
It really was. Like, they should have won by more. They really should have.
I didn't get to watch like any of that game, but
I didn't either, but I know they should have won by more.
Oh yeah. The line was like, or the spread, whatever it's called, was 37.5.
Yeah. Texas didn't even score that many points.
No.
I tell y'all every week. You see, if they're giving you 5 touchdowns, you take 5 touchdowns. Does it mean you're going to win every time? No. But 37.5 points in a conference game? Come on. Like, maybe
no matter how bad Mississippi State is.
Yeah, like, at a minimum, they're going to slow the game down so they're not going to get destroyed by 70. Like 37.5 points. Give me that.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I enjoyed that this weekend.
I will say that I saw a Texas fan post basically that Quinn Ewers needs to come back because if not, like they said, he needs to come back if he wants his job. And somebody's like, Arch is doing fine. And he's like, that's the point. Is that Arch is doing so well that if Quinn doesn't hurry up, he's not going to have a job to come back to. And they're like, well, whatever. I'm like, y'all fighting against yourselves cracks me up.
Right.
Like, keep doing that.
I cannot wait for this Texas A&M game. I'm probably more excited about that game than I am any of my own games.
Why?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because you guys are like, it's like the videos you see where 2 dogs are just like howling and going off at each other through the fence. And then as soon as the fence is open, they just like walk in together and just like, what's going on here? I feel like that's Texas and Texas A&M. Like, you guys just bitch and argue and fight with each other and just want to yell and make jokes about bonfires and kill their cows and all this crazy stuff. You guys have been dodging each other for a decade. Like, I'm ready to see it happen on the field, and it's like Miami with Florida, right? We don't play them every year. So by the time we do play each other, you have a little bit of burn, right? You have a little bit of time for trash talk, and when the games are scheduled, we may not even have the same coach, right? I mean, it may just be two completely different teams by the time you actually play each other, but it still adds that spice to it. And with you guys being like big rivals and then going 10, 12 years without playing, you have all of this chirping and all this arguing and all this bickering. And then you have other sports where maybe you do play each other, but we both know it's football. Like that's what people really are going to talk about. And so you guys could beat them in every other sport, but if you lose to them in football, your timeline's not going to be fun. And so I'm just ready to see it be settled on the field.
All I know is I'm ready to fight someone over a bonfire joke. So let's go. I'll make a lot of trash talk, and I'm fine with it. But bonfire jokes are where I draw the line. Like, I can't. Can't do it. I don't understand the desire to do it. I don't get it. Let's see. And then we got Georgia and Alabama. Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was a hell of a game.
What a boring first half.
I know. I didn't even I'm going to be honest. I went to sleep at halftime because I was tired and I was like, this is boring. So I went to bed. So if Georgia would have won, they could have thanked me, but they didn't.
I turned it on. I didn't watch the first half. I turned it on somewhere in the fourth quarter when Georgia kind of started building points there. And then I saw their last touchdown, and that was fun. And then Alabama turns around and does the same thing.
And you're like, oh.
I was like, oh, man.
Play defense, friend.
All right. Yeah, that was crazy.
Ryan Williams is so good.
He is. I love that people are like, he could have been an Aggie. And I'm like, yes, could have been, wasn't going to be. Let's be real.
Yeah, that was definitely all Alabama or Auburn.
Like, that was never going to happen, friend. But, you can't tell certain people that because they believe, like, they love their school so much, they believe everybody should want to go. And they don't understand that sometimes people don't like their school. They're like, no, my school is amazing. Why don't you want to be here? Like, calm down, please.
Yeah, I do feel like pretty much every fan base has that mentality.
Yeah. Ours is all the old Ags that think that A&M is like the second coming of everything. And I'm like, guys, we haven't won anything.
The ones that were alive the last time y'all won the title?
Yep, those. The Jimmy Carters of the world?
Yeah, the Rosie the Riveters that stuck it through.
Isn't it today that he's 100? Or is that yesterday?
Yesterday or today, I don't know.
I think it's today.
Well, that's exciting.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
100 years old. He is now officially too old to play with Legos.
All right. Should I worry that you know that?
Well, I do have 2 children, but also I saw a joke about it on Twitter today to where the age range for Legos is 2 to 99. And so somebody was like, oh, Jimmy Carter's too old to play with Legos now.
That's so sad. I let my kids play with, they're not Legos, but they're called building blocks, and they're like this big, and they have little teeth, and they like go on top of each other, and my kids like to throw them at each other, so I had to put them away. And they were really mad. They had to be put away. Let's see. This is a friend of mine. It's Ohio or nothing. Well, I mean, what? I think of Ohio, I think of Ohio State. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bobcats, you put some respect on Frank Solich's name.
What about Miami, Ohio?
Yeah, the Red Hawks, the cradle of coaching.
My bad.
Nah, Ohio. When my wife she lived in Ohio for a few years, and she's always like talking about how rabid Ohio State fans are. And she was like, I thought it was so ridiculous. They would argue with all Michigan fans and do all that stuff. And then I met you and realized that everybody in this entire area is like that. And I'm married to somebody who's like that. But now she kind of gets like that too. So, she's a
Love that.
convert.
I love your wife. She's great.
Thank you.
I
I love
don't
her
even
too.
know her. I don't know her that well, at least.
Yeah.
But we're friends on Facebook now, so
There you go.
it's fine. All right, next week's games that Shelby will not be watching because she will be at the Texas State Fair. Let's see. Missouri and A&M. Please, dear God, let me have this. I need a good win at Kyle. I need it.
I pick Missouri.
Rude. Missouri almost lost to Vandy.
Yeah. Missouri didn't play last week, did they?
I don't think so, no. Let me have this, Ethan.
I mean, you guys
I'm going
almost
to say
lost.
A&M just because I hate Missouri more than I hate A&M.
Yeah, I hate Missouri more than I hate A&M too. I think Missouri's going to win the game. But also, Shelby, didn't you guys almost lose to Bowling Green?
Bowling Green almost beat Penn State. Leave me alone.
This transitive property. We need that should be the title of this episode. Is the transitive property?
Yeah.
No, honestly, that game was hideous, and it's fine.
The total for this game. This is the reason why I picked Missouri. Number one, they're the underdogs, but number two, the total's 48.5. Like, you guys can't even hit 50 combined points. Like, hell, even Florida and A&M was able to hit 50.
Yeah, that's true. That was fun.
We didn't hit 50.
No, we didn't. That's because we had good defense. And you didn't make Marcel Reed look like a Heisman winner.
Who knew? Who knew it was possible?
You're not a Heisman winner? What?
I mean, we did the same thing to KJ last season. Maybe not a Heisman contender, but
KJ.
I mean, yeah, Arkansas was down bad when they came in the swamp, and
KJ also had 3 turnovers this weekend.
Where is he now?
UCF.
Oh, that's what we call a segue, Shelby.
That's what we call a segue. Okay, we'll go down. That's fine. We'll switch. Okay. You get to play KJ again. How do you feel?
I hate it. I don't feel.
I hate everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just in wait and see mode at this point. Nothing can hurt me. I won't feel pleasure or pain, regardless of what happens in any of the games for the rest of the season. At this point, it's like watching somebody walk into like hospice care. Like, every game Billy Napier coaches, that he's terminally ill. Like, we could win the rest of our games and he still might get fired. Like, the fan base, the every component of Florida football has completely turned its back on him. So even if we beat UCF, it still is just like you're just waiting for the guillotine to drop.
I definitely picked on that little pick'em that he gets fired by Monday.
Yeah.
Certainly did.
Which, I mean, to me, the only way that happens is if we lose, right? So it's kind of a either way. I feel like, for me, if I were trying to pick, I think it's more likely we lose and then he gets fired on Sunday, if I had to make a guess. But if we were serious about football, we'd fire him on Saturday night. If we would give him the Lane Kiffin tarmac treatment in Gainesville. We would just lock him out of his own house.
Yikes. Is that allowed?
You got to tackle KJ to get anywhere, and that man is almost 260 pounds.
Yeah,
he's the biggest quarterback in the league.
He ain't.
Yeah, but I just need Des Watson to like due to him when he did the Spencer Rattler a couple of years ago, to where he just KJ's big, but he's not 450 pounds, and I need Des Watson to like bear hug him and just tell him you're not going to scramble 25 times this game.
Let him lunge for the end
He's
zone.
not that fast.
It works. Sorry, Sid, had to go there.
It's fine.
Love you.
His problem.
She has moved on to greener pastures.
I'm not
Good
sure
one.
about that.
Thank
That's a
you.
good
Thank
one.
you. Thank you.
All right. Speaking of Arkansas, Tennessee and Arkansas. I'm sorry. Yikes.
I'm terrified.
Should be.
I'm terrified of this game. Tennessee's defense is ginormo.
And Taylor Green likes to throw interceptions, apparently.
Yeah. I'm interested to see. I'm not one of those people that are like, take him out, put in another quarterback, because I mean the other guy has really no experience at all. But like,
it can't get worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I will be there. I'm very excited. It's a night game at home, stripe out game. Yeah, I'm excited, but I think it's going to take a lot for us to not get pummeled.
Yes.
But miracles happen.
It's true.
We are coming out with a film tonight about the 1999 win over Tennessee. So maybe that'll happen again.
Even the blind squirrels find nuts once in a while.
Yeah. And, you know, I think I've said on here before that I never really have to interact with Tennessee fans on social media because you'll always say that they're the worst, or I think Ethan says that.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan does say that, yeah.
I have figured that out this week. They
They're
suck.
the worst. They are the worst. Like, FSU can certainly give them a run for their money. To me, if we're talking exclusively social media, Tennessee fans are by far the most like literally. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this what was it, Twitter Football League or some fan page did like basically you like for your team, and whoever gets the most likes advances to the next round. And the final two teams were Tennessee and Florida, and like literally Tennessee people botted the vote. And you go through and you see these like Russian names, which I don't care. I mean,
I remember that.
Yeah. But people were calling them out so hard because it's like, yeah, I'm sure that this person from Denmark who hasn't tweeted in 7 years decided to log on and vote for Tennessee to win this. Yeah.
Yep.
They've been all in our like work accounts mentions. And then while they're doing all this, they're following the account. So it's like, what?
Why do you follow me if you don't care?
Thank you for the support.
I feel that with Texas fans all the time. They're like, I don't care about you. I'm like, then why are you responding to everything we tweet?
Yeah.
Like, why are you involved? If you don't care, why are you involved? Like friend that wrote like what now 3 books about A&M? I don't care about A&M. Okay. That's fucking weird.
3 books is crazy.
And he's like, I don't care. And I'm like, yeah. Okay. We live rent free in your brain. It's fine. I'm fine. Can Vanderbilt beat Alabama, please? Just for fun. Giggles. Like after
Nick Saban would roll over in his grave that he is not in yet.
He would be like, I'm done.
Yeah. He might walk himself to the grave.
He's like, y'all, I hate y'all.
I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. No, it won't happen, but I would love it to happen. I was watching, somehow it popped up on my YouTube, I was looking for something, and it was like 2013, the 2013 images of the year from college football came up, and it was like the Auburn Miracle games, and I was like, oh, look at that.
That was a
What
fun
won't
era.
happen this year? If Auburn were to beat Georgia after blowing it against Oklahoma, I don't know what I would say. I don't know.
This doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but okay, never mind. I see it now. But anyways, Georgia is a 24-point favorite over Auburn, but Alabama is a 23-point favorite over Vandy. When Alabama just beat, so does that mean that Vandy is better than Auburn?
Yes.
Probably.
Let's be real here. Yes. Do they play this year?
I don't think so.
They should. Instead of the SEC championship where the best teams play, can we have the toilet bowl where the worst teams play?
I feel like we should do like what soccer teams do. Let the two best teams go and play for the conference championship, and then the two worst teams, the loser gets demoted to the Sun Belt.
Oh, they do play November 2nd. I'm so excited.
Nice.
Can we let Mississippi State be in there too? It'll be great. Like, good Lord. And probably South Carolina, because they'll be bad by then. Especially because they play Ole Miss this week, and that's just not going to go well.
No, I don't think so.
My future coach is out to prove a message.
Is Lenore Sellers actually healthy? I don't remember. I know last time I saw he was hurt. That was the last game of theirs I watched.
He's expected to play.
Okay. Well, that could help
a little. Robbie Ashford did his thing against Akron.
I mean, it's Akron.
It's Akron, but he did better against Akron than Lenore Sellers did against Old Dominion.
True.
Transitive property.
I don't think
we're all about math on this podcast, people.
Facts. Oh, goodness. All right, so let's make our picks. We picked A&M and Missouri. So obviously, I pick A&M. Ethan's a meanie. And no, it's fine. So Ole Miss and South Carolina, who you got?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Yep. Auburn and Georgia. We all know who's going to win that game.
Dogs.
I think Auburn covers the.
Still think grown men barking is weird, but yeah, Georgia.
Always has been, always will be.
It's just weird. Bama and Vandy, obviously. Remember when Vandy was like good for a second and we were so proud of them?
Yeah.
I feel like it happens at the first couple of weeks of every season.
I know.
For the past few years.
Agree.
They'll play Hawaii or something, and it's like, whoa.
You're like, hey, Vandy!
You know how to play football. And
then they don't.
Yeah, and then they play. They'll destroy Hawaii by 70 points and then lose to Southern Miss or something. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's Vanderbilt.
That's our little brother. We got them. Don't worry. They'll get you in the baseball, though. Maybe. Let's see. And then I got Tennessee. Sorry, Sid.
It's okay. I have Tennessee also.
She's like, I'm being honest.
I think Arkansas covers. I don't.
In my little pick, though, I picked Arkansas.
Tennessee, they did not look good against Oklahoma. I feel like if Landon Jackson can get some pressure on Nico, and you guys can control the run, I think you guys could make it interesting. But Tennessee's just real feast or famine.
Please make it interesting.
We'll try. I'll make some phone calls.
Hey, I phoned in the A&M defensive line.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, hey, somebody said y'all suck.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go Florida. I'm gonna be nice.
Let's
unlike
go.
some people.
Where are you going, Sydney?
Wait, what did we just say? Sorry.
No, I said just because it's KJ and I don't trust him.
Oh yeah. The Knights.
The Knights.
The Knights.
Oh, she
Charge
did.
on.
Wow.
All right. Goodness.
And
gracious.
I picked Arkansas too. Wow, just to get.
Hey, I'm trying to get your head coach out of there. Okay, I'm trying to help you out.
Oh, okay. I take it all back. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Trying to help you out quicker.
My friend Kate asked me was we played her birthday weekend is when A&M and Florida played, and she's like, "Can y'all beat us so bad that we fire Billy Napier? That's what I want for my birthday." I was like, "Kate, that's mean. That's mean."
It's time. A change needs to happen.
Who do you want though?
What do you mean? I thought it was pretty obvious who I wanted.
Okay, that's true. But we know that, but the internet doesn't know
Lane
that.
Kiffin.
Yeah. No, Lane Kiffin is definitely my first choice. I don't know. I feel like Florida is just at a crossroads to where we have gone. Muschamp was the head coach in waiting at Texas, defensive coordinator for Saban. Like he was like the hot coaching candidate when we hired him. Didn't work out. We had one good season. He recruited his ass off. Our defenses were great, but just didn't work out. Then we go back to the Saban tree, but we go instead of P5 coordinator, we go G5 head coach and get Jim McElwain, who is Saban's offensive coordinator and produced like a Blitnikoff winner at Colorado State. So we were all like, hell yeah, we got offense now after Will Muschamp deprived us of any fun for 5 years. And then lo and behold, Jim McElwain was also terrible at offense. And so, then we get a proven SEC coach who you always have that. And this is why I'm weary of Lane Kiffin. There's definitely nobody's a perfect candidate to me. But the thing with Dan Mullen was always imagine what he would do at a place like Florida, right? Imagine what he would do at a bigger school than Mississippi State. And then he gets to Florida, and first few years were pretty good, and then the wheels just fall off because he didn't recruit. He was kind of a doofus. I mean, he just was kind of a weirdo, rubbed people the wrong way. And now he's on TV. So then we go back to G5 head coach. So to me, at this point, I want Urban Meyer back is who I would want first and foremost. Yes, I know, Sydney. I know that if I had to do it all over, I would make him an offer that he couldn't refuse. Because I think Urban wants to come back and right the wrongs that he did to Gator Nation and get us back to where he had us. But he's already said that's not happening. So after that, it's Lane Kiffin, probably the most realistic. Then you have guys that are at other big time programs who haven't been able to get over the hump, like a Ryan Day or a Lincoln Riley, who I think Ryan Day's more likely than Lincoln Riley because I think Ohio State fans, this is definitely like a put up or shut up year for them. And he could very well be 11-1, but lose to Michigan or Penn State and not win the Big Ten. And I think Ohio State fans would just be like, you know what? Yeah, we're done. And as someone who has seen how that roll of the dice can play out, sometimes when you decide that a very successful coach is not good enough, you replace them with a significantly worse coach. And so if that happened, I would gladly take Ryan Day. I mean, he coached at Florida under Meyer. I mean, he has connections to Florida. After that, it starts to get real weird. Like you get like Kurt Signetti. There's a portion of our fan base who is like drooling over Kurt Signetti. And I think that's just the weirdest thing ever to me. It's like he's coached 5 games at Indiana And other than that, he was at James Madison and then was in like D2 and D3. Like, God, I just want to scream at people like, guys, we've seen how this plays out. Like,
You know how this works.
like our boosters are finally, I think Jim McElwain's buyout just ended. Now we still have Dan Mullen and we're about to get Billy Napier. And so it's like, okay, you guys want to keep writing checks that produce nothing but just to get somebody out of there? Or do you want to write checks and go and get the guy? Like, go and get the guy who knows what the hell he's doing, who's going to hire elite staff, who can hit the ground running in recruiting. You know, that's kind of what doomed, well, there's a lot of things that doomed Napier, but the fact that he was at a small school and then you come to the SEC, you're not recruiting any of the same guys now. And so it's like you come in and you need, in this day and age, there's really two options. You either need to bring a decent amount of talent with you, like DeBoer did to Alabama, like Riley did to USC, to where you bring some studs with you, but you've got to be at a big time school for that to even be a possibility. Or, and then on the other side is when a head coach leaves a big time school, they're going to bring recruits with them. The recruits are going to want to, you know, Brian Hartline at Ohio State, for example. Every receiver that Ohio State's had committed, it's because of him. And so wherever he goes, you're going to get talent. So that's my hot list: Urban Meyer, Lane Kiffin, Ryan Day, Lincoln Riley. After that, if we go beyond those, or maybe like an NFL type of coach or something, then it's not going to move the needle for anybody at all. Like most of our fans realize we're in a really deep hole. And if our administration wants to keep trying the diamond in the rough, up and comer, let's maybe hit the next big thing strategy that has failed spectacularly for 15 years. It's not my check. I mean, I'm still gonna love the team. Maybe it'll work. But our administration has kind of been addicted to the success that we had in the, like, finding coaches, you know, like Spurrier and Donovan and Holloway and Walton and O'Sullivan. Like, we have all these guys that we found who either had very little head coaching experience or none at all, and they became champions. And so that mentality is pervasive throughout our program. And football is just one to where, you know, you get behind for a couple of years and, you know, look at Auburn.
Stay behind.
Yeah, like Auburn, you know, they're in the similar boat. Tennessee, you know, you have a couple of good seasons, which Tennessee before Heupel, they kind of went through a very similar thing that we're going through now. But even our bad years, we still beat Tennessee. So that's kind of the difference.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Felt.
So, I saw on Twitter this morning that ESPN, the ESPN app, like, you know, it shows a picture of the stadium that the team is going to play at. Yep. For the first time in 9 years, there is a new picture of Kyle Field.
I saw that
been
too.
The old Kyle Field before the new end zone, before everything, for like ever. And we're like, guys, what are you doing?
I did see that. That gave me a laugh this morning.
I was like, oh, hey, look at that. Y'all did a thing. Proud of you. 9 years. So sad. This is not a drill.
ESPN stinks.
It's true. It's true. I can't. We had to get YouTube TV because of the whole DirecTV drama. My mom was like, we're not doing this. We're done.
I'm a big
Plus,
YouTube
the only reason
TV
we had DirecTV was because of the Rangers, the Stars, and the Mavericks. And now 2 of the 3 are on their own networks.
Mm.
So we're like, bye. No more.
Big YouTube TV fan over here.
I enjoy it. So far. Though I really have only used it to watch sports.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I watch everything else on like streaming, but it's okay. All right. So we will see y'all next week, probably on Wednesday, maybe. I don't know. And then hopefully Shelby's in a good mood. Hopefully Sydney's in a good mood. Hopefully Ethan's in a good mood. And next week,
there's a good chance we'll all be in a bad mood.
That's true.
By the way.
This is the first week in a while that there's the possibility that all of us are in bad moods because we played
each other.
Yeah, none of us play each other or are on bye. So we all got an L.
Next week is wait for it, Red River. And I cannot wait. I'm gonna have to get our Texas fan on here and our Oklahoma fan on here so they can talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
We just back out and let them go.
let you go.
Yep.
I'm sure they would do it. They'd be like, let's go. All right, my friends. Thanks and Gigamags.
Go Gators.
Love you too, Sid.
Go Pig.